The rain does not whisper, it roars. Thunder shakes the night like angry drums calling spirits from the clouds. The city hides beneath the storm. Neon lights flicker, taxis hiss through water, and wooden stalls close one by one. The night smells of wet earth and fear. A whisper moves through the streets, soft, quick, unseen. It carries the names of those forgotten, those who walk with no shelter, those who beg the sky for mercy. Somewhere among them, a small cry rises, thin but brave. The rain answers with a heavy hand. Under a cracked roof, a woman curls around a tiny bundle. Her wrapper is torn, but her arms are steady. The child's cry trembles in the dark, weaker with every drop that falls. The woman's hands shake, yet her eyes burn like coals. Hunger can bend her, but not break her. The storm may drown the city, but not her will. Her voice does not call for help. Only the rain hears her breathing. Feet rush by, faces turn, then turn away. To market women pass, whispering through the wind. That's her, the one who cursed her husband. Look at her now, carrying shame like a baby. A young man spits, shaking his head. No fear of God left in people anymore. The woman says nothing. Silence becomes her only shield. Her eyes stay low, her arms tighten around the child. Let them talk. Words cannot feed the baby. Then a roar louder than thunder. A black car cuts through the rain and halts before her. The street freezes. Headlights blaze like the eyes of a restless god. No door opens. The engine hums, deep and strong. Even the rain seems to pause. Waiting, slowly, the dark glass slides down. A face appears, calm, proud, carved from shadow and gold. A man of power, the kind whose name opens gates and closes mouths. His voice slices through the storm. Why? Are you on the street with a baby this late? The woman does not answer. The rain answers for her, striking metal and skin alike. Her head lifts. Eyes meet eyes, pride meets power. She says nothing. The silence is heavier than her hunger. The child whimpers again. A sound too soft for the night. For the first time, the man's gaze wavers. A flash of white light. The sky opens for a second. Her face shines in it, bruised, battered, defiant. The man's calm turns to confusion. Recognition flickers like flame in his eyes. From the front seat, a voice speaks in fear. Let's go. She's trouble. But trouble stays silent, clutching a baby that will not stop crying. The man leans forward. The rain pounds harder. The air feels thick, waiting for his word. He speaks quietly. Bring her in. The front seat stiffens, but the car door opens all the same. She hesitates. While cleaning, she found a small frame hidden beneath dust. Her fingers brushed, the glass and froze. The face staring back was hers. Same eyes, same smile, same fire. Her hand trembled. Who are you? She whispered. Before she could breathe again, footsteps echoed. She hid the photo, pressing it against her heart, but the question burned louder than thunder. That evening, she faced him across the table. Why did you bring me here? He looked at her for a long time. Because I made a mistake once. I won't repeat it. What mistake? He turned away. My wife. She died because I didn't believe her. For the first time, his voice carried sorrow. And for the first time, she saw something human in his eyes. He spoke of a woman named Adaze, accused of stealing from his company. He believed the lie, threw her out, and shut the gates of his heart. Days later, she was gone, hit by a car while trying to flee her shame. He clenched his fists. When I saw you that night, I thought the gods sent her back. The woman said nothing. Some truths were too heavy for words. Morning broke with shouting. Where is my wife? Guards ran, confusion spreading like fire. The woman turned and saw the face she had prayed never to see again. Her knees weakened. Tund, she whispered before collapsing in tears. The ghosts of her past had found her again. Inside, anger filled the air. You kidnapped my wife. You want to steal her like your money? The rich man stood tall, his voice calm. Your wife, the one you threw to the streets. The woman stood between them, shaking. Thunder rolled outside, echoing the storm in her chest. The past and present clashed like warriors in battle. The husband's voice softened suddenly. Let's not fight, Chief. Just give me $5 million and I'll go quietly. The rich man's eyes narrowed. You came for money, not love. A file hit the table. Papers flew, open debts, lies, betrayal. You sold her jewelry. You framed her for theft. The woman gasped. Truth cut deeper than any blade. Her tears came fast. You did this to me. You destroyed us. The man sneered. You think anyone cares about your truth? The rich man stepped closer, fury burning through calm. You're a coward hiding behind a woman's pain. Guards moved forward, but her voice stopped them. No, let me speak. The room fell silent. Her pain had found its voice. Both men glared, their pride too heavy to bend. She lifted her chin. You both used me. One for power, one for money. but I'm not your slave. Her voice grew stronger. I will tell the truth, no matter who it burns. The greedy one laughed. The guilty one looked away. In that moment, she became something neither could control. Night returned with thunder in its belly. The woman stood. He bowed low and said, "From the chief," before he left. She wiped her hands on her wrapper, heart beating fast. The paper felt heavy, too heavy for its size. She held it close for a moment, whispering, "What now, Chief Duro?" The people watched, eyes wide, breath held. Some whispered prayers, others waited for a sign. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Inside, folded land papers and a note written in firm, careful hand. "You reminded me that truth has a price. I paid mine. Now build yours." Her eyes widened. Her breath caught. She pressed her palm to her chest and whispered, "Ah, the gods remember." The market fell silent. Even the dust seemed to pause. Tears rolled, but her smile glowed brighter than gold. She lifted her baby high, her voice steady now. "We'll build from dust, my child." The crowd broke into murmurs. Some clapped, some nodded, some wept quietly. They saw what courage could do, turn shame into song. When dawn came, the land waited, red earth, open and alive. She walked across it barefoot, each step a promise. The baby laughed. The wind carried her words. From dust we rise. The sun climbed higher, lighting her path. Where once there was storm, now there was peace. The gods had spoken through truth, and truth had rebuilt the world. Soft drums called the people close. The griot's voice rose with the rhythm, old yet strong. "In a world where wealth blinds and lies destroy," he began, "truth walks slowly, but it never loses the road." The people leaned closer. Eyes shone like stars in the firelight. Each beat of the drum carried a heartbeat of memory. They had heard stories before, but not like this. The griot tapped his staff on the ground once, twice, 3 times. "Truth walks barefoot," he said, "but it never falls." A child whispered, "Even truth gets tired." An old man chuckled. "No, child, truth never sleeps." Laughter rippled like wind through dry leaves. Then silence again, deep and waiting. The griot nodded slowly. When lies run fast, truth walks steady. And at the end of the road, truth always arrives first. The crowd hummed in agreement. Wisdom had found its voice again. The drums softened to a heartbeat's pace. The griot's tone lowered, carrying sorrow and pride. "She slept on the street," he said, but her courage became her shelter. Images of her filled their minds, a mother in rain, a child in her arms, a woman smiling beneath a new dawn. A market woman whispered, "Her spirit lives in us." Heads nodded, eyes glistened. The griot smiled faintly. She was poor, but her heart was rich. She lost everything, yet gave the world a lesson money cannot buy. The drums grew louder, voices rose with them. "Even the mighty," said the griot, "must kneel when the heart of the poor rises." A boy shouted like, "Chief De." Laughter broke through the night. "Yes," the griot agreed, raising his staff high. "Power without mercy is a tree without roots. It grows tall, but one storm will bring it down." The people clapped their hands. The message was clear. The proud had fallen and the humble had risen. The rhythm slowed again, steady and calm. "Truth always finds its path," said the griot, "no matter how long the night." Sparks from the fire climbed toward the stars. Children watched them rise, glowing, fading, glowing again. The griot's eyes followed the sparks. "Hope is like that," he said softly. "It burns small, but it never dies." The crowd sat still, hearts beating in time with the drums. The griot lifted his staff one last time. "Every fall," he said, "can be the start of a new rise." The people clapped slowly, the sound like rain on dry ground. They knew the story had come full circle. As the last drumbeat faded, the griot smiled. "This is not just a Mara story," he said. "It is ours. For truth may walk barefoot, but it walks for all who dare to stand." The fire dimmed, the drums rested, but the story lived on, echoing through hearts, walking barefoot into tomorrow.